Hey guys, you know, something really interesting popped up on Twitter thanks to a fellow My Little Pony Friendship is Magic slash Brony fan. And that fan would be Little Shy FIM, who you see in AC Race Best presentations of Bronies React. Well, recently, yesterday, about when I saw it, it was a little before midnight or afterwards. I can't really recall. But I'll provide a link to it down below. In fact, I'll even put it in the thumbnail, at least both of them. Well, at least, yeah, I'll put it in the thumbnail. You could see it there yourself. But he put up a document, or part of a document, sent out by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. And basically, this gave better clarification from what I read, because I did look at it, better clarification as to what is going to be happening. And mainly what's going to happen is the FTC is going to go after those that have been known to abuse the power or the control, abuse the power and control they have with the content when it comes to children's entertainment. Now, if you read the article, they do acknowledge that they realize, in the case of animation, that yes, animation primarily, or is looked at primarily as being targeted towards kids, but they also realize that animation also is something that all demographics, all ages can enjoy and watch and have fun with. So they realize that. Now here's the thing. Now, some things in the document may not sit well with people, and it still may make some people worry. But when you read this, I think it kind of puts you at ease a little bit, because of the fact that everybody's worried that everybody's channels are going to get infected, everybody's channel is going to get hurt, and all that. That's not entirely the case, because a lot of people have come on YouTube over the past couple of weeks, past several days, and have said, look, yes, it does seem like this could harm us, but guess what? This is why it's not a big deal. This is why it won't be as bad as you think, and you shouldn't worry. And I think when you read this document, whether you want to believe anything that comes off this document or you don't, I think you'll be better at ease at what you see. Now, with that in mind, everybody's always curious, well, not everybody, but those looking at this and wondering, okay, we understand maybe why there's a worry, but why act like it's the end of the world? Why act like this is going to end things as you know it? Why this? Why act like this is Armageddon, if you will? And it's real simple. The reason people act like that is because even though they probably realize, it's not going to be as bad as they believe it will be, or they're making it out to be, it's mainly because of the fact that they don't trust Google/YouTube, or more specifically, they don't trust the FTC/the government, because, they have seen, because of situations in the past, because they believe, that the government/FTC, Federal Trade Commission, YouTube/Google, they'll say the things you want to hear to tickle your ears, but then turn their backs on you and do the exact opposite. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of the fact that they're not being told the whole truth. And here's the thing, you can't blame people for being fearful, no matter what the circumstances is, when it comes to whether or not they can believe what's coming out of the government's mouth or anything affiliated with the government's mouth. You can't blame people for kind of acting like, yeah, it sounds good coming from you, but guess what? I don't believe a single word you say because you've lied to us in the past. So Again, it's basically basically at the end of the day, folks, it's a matter of trust. That's what it is, and that's why a lot of people are acting the way they are. Why they're acting like this is the end of the end. Doomsday, Armageddon, you name it, final judgment. It's because they don't trust the Federal Trade Commission. They don't trust the government, and they mostly don't trust Google or YouTube, who in their minds are pretty much trying to throw content creators who make a living off, their channels under the bus. They don't like it. They don't trust them. It's basically at the end of the day, guys, like I said, it's a matter of trust. It's trust issues. And right now, historically, in a lot of people's minds that are coming out and talking about this, they are basically saying, that. They're saying, look, we don't trust YouTube. We don't trust Google. We don't trust the government. We don't trust the FTC because we've been burned before and we've learned our lesson from the past. As about being burned before, and we're not going to believe a word that comes out of their mouths or any of their mouths unless they can give us legitimate proof nothing bad's going to happen. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. It's a matter of trust. Basically, the only way to the people that are coming out and making a big deal about this whole COPPA, the only way to them that they could ever trust Google and YouTube and the government and the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, ever again, is that they are giving legitimate, physical, viable proof that nothing bad will happen. And even though this document somewhat says, hey, you have nothing really to worry about and everything, and there might be some things here and there, but not entirely, people still don't trust them. They don't. And they never will. Because again, it's kind of like that situation in Lion King. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, that is. You see, in Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, basically, there's a song called One of Us, or something like that. He is not one of us. Or one of us, basically. It's during the middle to the end of the movie. And there's a line in the song, a lyric in the song that said, someone once lied to us, now we're not so blind. And that's how that's how a lot of people on YouTube, content creators who make money off their channel, make a living off their channel, or they don't, that's how they feel about the FTC. That's how they feel about, the government and YouTube / Google. They don't trust them. They're basically using that line. Basically, you take that lyric from that song in Lion King 2 of someone once lied to us, now we're not so blind. And that's the metaphor. That's the reasoning. It's like, hey, you once lied to us. You once said something we thought was wrong, we thought would be true, but you lied to us. You didn't follow through. You broke your promise. So guess what? We're not stupid. We're not blind. We know what could really happen. So we're not going to trust you unless you give us legitimate proof. And even though this document says, hey, there's not much to worry about. I mean, there might be a few things here and there, but not much. They still want proof. And that's why in the end, this whole thing with COPPA, it isn't just about YouTube situation that they got themselves into last year, this year, whatever. It's not just that. Mainly what it is, the thing is, it's not just that. Mainly what it is at the end of the day is trust. It's like all these content creators, like I said, who make a living off their channel or don't make a living off their channel, they understand, they get it, they understand why COPPA exists, why it's around. And it's a good thing. it is a good thing. They all agree upon that. But they don't want it to affect them in the long run. And right now, to them, they feel that that's what's going to happen, which is why the only way they're ever going to be like, hey, you're right, there's nothing to really worry about, is if they're given legitimate, viable proof and evidence, nothing will happen. But right now, it's a matter of trust. That's all it is. It's a matter of trust between the content creators on YouTube and various other platforms and the FTC and the government and those platforms that everybody's a part of. Because one way or another, the only way people are ever going to believe a word that comes out of their mouths, one way or another, is if they're given viable, physical, readable proof and evidence, nothing is going to occur. That's the only way. That is the only way, and everybody watching this knows that's true. Because again, at the end of the day, it isn't just, fear of losing your channel, fear of losing, any financial revenue or anything like that. Or because of that fear, moving your a majority or somewhat a majority of your videos and all that over to another site. Which again, as I said in one video, is not going to really matter, because if you think YouTube's the only one that's going to be affected, you're wrong. Check that video out if you want to. It was actually, I did that on a live stream about several days ago. But the point is, it's not just all that. It's not just fear of losing your channel. It's not just fear of losing revenue. It's not just this or that. It's trust. At the end of the day, it's a matter of trust. And again, I go back to that lyric in that song from Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Someone once lied to us. Now we're not so blind. And that's what it comes down to, is trust and not being lied to. And they do not trust YouTube, Google, the FTC, or the government in the long run. And you know what? What's funny is it's not going to, and this is, again, as I said in my live stream several days ago, this is not just Google either and YouTube. This is also going to involve things like Dailymotion, like Bitcute, like that other video site, Viral or something like that. Vimeo, Vero, whatever, Twitch. It's not just going to involve, here's the thing. It's not just, in the end, it's all these platforms that people are on that they want to make sure are going to remain safe during this change. Because everybody, even Rich from Review Tech USA, feels that YouTube needs to work on their algorithms, especially when it comes to content creators that make a living off their channels. Because somebody might show a toy, a collector's toy, that's mainly for adults, but yet to them, YouTube will say, wait, it's a toy. Oh, kids might like that. It's for kids. That's what it is, and they don't want that. Even though they give you the option to say, my channel's not for kids, they'll still find a way around that. That's why the whole thing at the end of the day, as I've been saying, and I know I'm repeating myself here, it's a matter of trust. It's not a matter of fear. It's not a matter of moving your content to another platform, which also could be affected by this in the long run. It's not a matter of losing revenue. It's a matter of trust. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's about trust. And despite the link that I give you down below to view this document at, that's what it is. It's a matter of trust. And all the people, all the content creators that YouTube want is viable, believable, readable proof that nothing is going to happen. And if they don't get that in some way or another, then the distrust that they still have for YouTube and the government and the FTC and all those things is still going to continue on even more so. But that's all they want. They want proof. They want proof to at least establish some kind of semi-trust back between both sides, all three sides. That's what they want. They want proof. They don't want to be left in the dark. They want proof. So at the end of the day, guys, that's what it is. So I'm going to provide the link down below for the document that Little Shy FIM posted on his Twitter. Check that out. I guarantee you guys, once you read that, you'll have a better understanding as of what exactly is being planned or being looked into. And yes, there might be some things in there that you may not agree with, but still, from what I've read and from what I'm sure everybody has read, it does make a little bit more sense, and it does seem to calm some fears. But again, at the end of the day, even with that, what it really is, folks, is about trust. And that's all I'm going to say. So, hold on. But like I said, folks, that's mainly what it is at the end of the day. It's trust. It's mainly trust. And that's all they want. They want basically that's all people want. They want verification. They want true proof. They want absolute proof nothing's going to happen. So, yes, people will come out here on YouTube and other platforms and say, this is possibly what's happening. This is what's occurring. But the thing is, some of them will even say, even Pixel Dan said this, that they're not entirely sure exactly what it really will, come to, if it comes to anything at all. And that's why, in my opinion, people need to read this document, whether you want to believe it or not, or believe the wording that comes off this document or not, of what's going to happen actually at the end of the day. Or when it all occurs. So, but again, folks, it's really at the end of it all, not just about, I'm going to lose revenue, this is going to happen, I'm fearful, I don't know what's going to happen. Really, really at the end of the day, it's about trust. And that's really about it. So, that's all I can really say on it, guys. I'm going to provide the link down below with the document. Check it out if you want. But yeah, hopefully that calms some nerves. But if not, it's understandable because, again, like I said, and the title will say it best, it's a matter of trust. That's all it really is. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like, and I'm out.